Aruba's first zero-emission green bus is here and was given a test drive by officials. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, in this day and age, are men still expected to pick up the check on a date? And a healthy growing school program is launched in Aruba in hopes of getting students to grow their own fruits and veggies. 15 on 15 starts right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl. We have a green edition of the show today. Green bus, green conference, and green school. Let's start with the bus. The island's move towards a sustainable environment came one step further with the arrival of a zero-emission green bus. Part of the Green Aruba Conference's agenda on Wednesday, officials took a ride on the environmentally friendly vehicle. Aruba is now home to a bus that uses zero-emission fuel. Ministers Arthur Dowers, Michelle Winkler, Anmar Odebeer, and Mike DeMeza were present to test out the new electric bus. This is a major step forward for Aruba. One of the island's partners on this bus project recognizes the island's braveness in diving into something new.
It bears a lot of responsibility to be first, but I will tell you it also bears great fruits, and so BYD is very proud to be partnered with Aruba.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of sustainability, Wednesday morning marked the first of 3 days for the Green Energy Conference. Local as well international speakers took the stage to discuss why and how Aruba will be green. The guests at this conference all addressed one key issue, and that is the fact that the island simply cannot reach its 2020 vision of being 100% sustainable alone. It's unanimous. All local as well international experts confirm in order for Aruba to be 100% sustainable by 2020, they need help from its own people and partners from around the world.
Exchange with us your expertise, your information, and let's walk together towards the future, because it is very important, and hopefully many other countries in the world also see the importance of going to this direction, because it's not going to get easier, and literally we are killing the world. So let's change our mentality, change that attitude, accept the new technologies, support the new technologies, and let's walk this path or create this path together to the future. And Aruba is on the right path. We're doing this together with our partners, and we would like to join with all of you to do this.
The country of Aruba cannot meet its 2020 visions unless each and every Aruban makes a dedicated effort to do something himself in his own home with his own family to also help achieve that 2020 vision.
There's a clear choice here, especially if you're an island. Doing nothing is your most expensive option. So you have to do something, and how bold you are determines where you're going to be in the herd, and you do not want to be at the back of the herd. There's some really big trends here. And there's windows of opportunity that are open now and there to walk through, but they're closing. And so let's act fast. Collaboration. Let's go with some unlikely partners. Let's team up local utilities with governments, with international NGOs and local people. People you're not used to talking together in the same room. Let's get there and let's talk together and work out how to do this.
Jerry Butler, the chairman of the Caribbean Renewable Energy Forum, puts things into perspective for investors at the Green Conference.
So if you're a pure capitalist as I am, and you need to make a decision on investing in the hotel sector, where do you think you're going to put your money? And this is why the cost of energy and our ability to focus on that challenge has become so important to us, because the cost of energy affects the competitiveness of our economies. Each and every Caribbean nation, and Aruba is no exception, has to deal with the fact that our energy plant is fueled by fossil fuels. And if it's fueled by diesel or heavy fuel oils, that's directly tied to the price of oil per barrel. And when you're talking about 4 or 5 years ago, when it was maybe about $30, and now 5 years later, it's well over $100 a barrel, you're talking about an unsustainable way of living.
The Green edition of 15 on 15 will continue later on in the show with the Green School. But first, we have this coming up right after the break. Now, when your grandparents went on a date, who do you suppose picked up the tab? I'll bet you Grandpa did. When your parents went on a date, it was probably the same outcome. Let's fast forward to today. In a recent survey conducted with women in university, says despite feminism and egalitarianism, they don't expect to help with the check at all. Out of 17,000 women who were surveyed in one university in the United States, 44% of them admit they'd be annoyed if their date expected them to pitch in on dates. 39% of women said that even when they offer to pay, they are just being polite and hope their date will insist on picking up the check. There is still something sacred about men paying on dates. Let's look at it this way. It is true that women are entitled to ask for equality in the workplace without practicing equality in their dating life, but it does create some tension. An article interviewed men for advice on this, and guys say women should understand that guys are still mostly okay with paying more than you do. According to the aforementioned poll, 84% of men claim that they should still cover most dating expenses, but 64% of men also said they think a woman should chip in after the first few dates. I think that's fair. Switching gears, I have 4 steps in curing your next headache. Number 1, put down your smartphone. A recent study found that people hold their cells way too close to their faces when texting or surfing online, which can strain the eyes. That in turn may lead to a headache. If that doesn't work, drink a full glass of water. Being just mildly dehydrated can cause severe headaches. Drink a full 8-ounce glass of H2O, may quell throbbing in minutes. If that still doesn't work, take a time out. Tightness across your temple could signal a tension headache caused by stress. The final tip I have for you, if none of the other ones worked, is to reach for herbals. Researchers say that holding anti-inflammatory ginger feverfew gel under your tongue for 60 seconds, then swallowing can curb early headache pain. Feverfew capsules or ginger tea may also work. And moving forward, stay away from plane noises. The risks of stroke, heart, and circulatory disease are higher in areas with a lot of aircraft noise. In a study, areas with the highest levels of aircraft noise were at 10 to 20% higher risk. Planes are noisy, that's a fact. People on St. Martin's Maho Beach would know firsthand. The exposure to this noise may play in ill health. It is not well established, but very plausible that it can be contributing. There's a startle reaction to loud noise if you are suddenly exposed to it. The heart rate and blood pressure increase, and aircraft noise can be annoying for some people, which can also affect their blood pressure, leading to illness. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Stay with us. A school in Washington, D.C. is approaching the issue of obesity with a different approach. They are having their kids grow their own food in the school garden and have the students cook it and bring it to the table. This garden growing program is set to have a direct correlation on the students' integration towards the math as well as science curriculum. Driving forces behind this project at the Washington School was invited by Aruban officials to introduce the concept right here. Students need to learn how to live a healthier lifestyle. The growing program allows children to understand how great and healthy it is to grow your own food, cook it, and then eat it. Many parts of the world have an obese population. There needs to be solutions.
Oftentimes in many communities, particularly large, low-income communities, children don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. They eat a lot of highly processed food, which is not good for them. We struggle with health challenges around obesity, hypertension, and just generally not well. So we are working very diligently to improve the quality of the food that our children are eating and increase the amount of exercise. It really helps their learning, and it makes them feel better about themselves as well.
The reaction from the students have been very positive. To them, it is an achievement they want to share with their parents.
I can't tell you what it's like for the girls when they're out working in the garden. It actually makes them feel good, and when they're able to pick the fresh fruits and the cooking herbs from the garden and take it into the kitchen, and they're cooked and then served to the children directly, it just makes them feel so good, not just about their work, but understand the integrated nourishment, and also to share it with their parents, to help their parents understand how healthier eating is good for everybody in the home.
The teachers at the Excel Academy in Washington, D.C. has concluded that there is a direct correlation between student academic achievement and a well-balanced, healthy diet.
One of the realizations that we have noticed over time is that there's a behavioral shift when there is higher quality food served to the children, and there's also a wonderful sense of well-being from the children being in the garden and seeing things grow.
Jocelyn Cruz, the Washington Aruban representative, who saw the benefits of this growing program, set up a presentation to introduce the concept here to fight obesity. This is just one step to many in achieving more positive results regarding Aruba's health.
Launching of this project, GROAMS, is part of larger projects, One Happy Island, One Nation, One Neighborhood, and it's to promote sustainability and well-being between Aruba, Washington, D.C., and hopefully also the country of Bhutan, that are really striving to create a better sense of community and sustainability among communities. So I think that launching this project as part of Green Aruba is extremely important, because it shows that it's not just about renewable energy, but it's about creating a more sustainable world.
What a great concept, teaching the kids how to grow their own foods, then encourage them to cook it. Now that is our show for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here on Thursday night starting at 7:15 p.m. with a brand new edition. So we'll see you then.